Good evening. I'm Lewis Powers reporting to you live from KJO. Tonight we bring you a special report about a man whose story raises some deep questions about faith, suffering, and trust in God. His name is Job, and he lived over 4,000 years ago. He was known for being upright, honest, and deeply devoted to God. He wasn't a prophet or a king. He was an ordinary man with a family. He had wealth and responsibilities, much like many people that we see today. But what set Job apart was his character. The Bible describes him as blameless, someone who turned away from evil and lived to honor God. His story, though, took a dramatic turn when, in a very short span of time, he nearly lost everything. In fact, he lost everything except his own life and his wife. He lost his wealth, his servants, and even his children. And later he also lost his health and suffered in ways that most of us could not even imagine. Everything was taken from him, and he was put in a position where he had to decide if he still believed in the goodness of God, whether or not he should still trust and honor God. His friends told him this was all his own fault, that he had sinned somehow and God was punishing him. But he knew in his heart that this was not true and that he had done nothing wrong. But he was honest about his suffering before the Lord, and he cried out to God and asked God tough questions. He wrestled with why he was suffering even though he had lived righteously. And through it all, he never turned from God. And in spite of everything, he still believed that God was good. And in the end, because he remained faithful, everything he had was restored to him, and even more than what he lost was given to him. So why are we talking about this tonight? Why does it matter? Well, we're reporting on Job today because his life speaks to all of our lives. Suffering and loss are a universal reality, and in the story of Job's life, we see that we too can hold on while life is at its worst. The story of Job reminds us that faith is not just about trusting God when life is good. It shows us that we can be honest about our struggles, and we can ask God tough questions, and God will answer us. The story of Job shows us that God is bigger than our pain, and he never leaves us in the midst of our doubts. So tonight we remember Job, an ordinary man whose extraordinary faith still challenges us and encourages us to this day. Reporting live from KJO, I'm Lewis Powers. Have a good evening.